What's the difference between a slave of, say, 300 or 400 years ago, as far as we know in our reliable version of history? Slaves back then were typically put in chains on boats and whipped all day long. The modern slave, however, well, he has a freedoms and all this choice. But I'm walking around Bournemouth at the moment. We went down to see Jason at Disbury yesterday in Devon. Picked up the stuff that he and Carol have kindly been looking after for us, Luke's stuff. And we've dropped it off at Luke's University here, or at his digs here in Bournemouth. And I'm walking around. I mean, firstly, the house that he's in, right? They've crammed in, 5 people into what would have been a 3-bedroom house, and so the lounge is now a bedroom, and the outside is now the kitchen, and all sorts of things that are having to just go. I'm trying to find my car right now. But anyway, we'll walk and talk for a moment. I had to park far away because the slaves don't get obviously enough parking. But the problem is not so much as the parking space. Of course, cars weren't around when perhaps people were using different transport when these houses were built. But you must be aware that the cities that we inhabit, no matter who they were built by, who was before us, and so on, the cities they came with houses that were well apportioned. Modern houses are generally tiny by comparison to the older houses. Older houses have been turned into blocks of 4 flats, 8 flats, you name it. But all of these houses here, I mean, we are living in the most densely populated kind of environment, which is really not good for your health. Not good but the point is that the slave doesn't see it. He'll fight with his neighbor over a little parking space. He will pay 10, 20 years salary for the right to use or have a home, live in a house for 90 years or less. Don't want to lose my dog. Oh, do you guys see the moon up there? I haven't seen a lot of the moon while I've been in London. Very little moon action. Oh, here you go. Come on, Pips. Let's go. Pebbles is actually doing remarkably well. Huge thanks to Adam. The cannabis oil is, I think, making a massive difference. She's not panting as much as she's more energetic. I maybe slightly overdosed her the other day, and she spent the day just chilling on the bed. But no, she does seem a lot more herself. Anyway, I don't want to make a quick video. I've been doing these long rambling things, and I do apologize. No, I don't apologize. I don't want to be long and rambling all the time. I think I think it's morning. You alright? Clouds as well. Come, Pip. Yeah. No, I mean, we're crammed into these cities, and there's good people who think, oh, we're billions of people and we're so overpopulated. Then why are you voting for governments that want to increase payments to farmers to keep their land out of the property market, just keep it as fields? Anyway, we are in a slave system. Whether you like to believe it or not, whether you like to accept it or not, you are a slave. If you don't have to pay taxes, the government has said to you, no, you can work as much as you like, earn as much as you like, and we won't force you to pay any tax. If you're one of those people, I don't know any like that, but if you are, then you're not a slave. Yeah, but we have to pay taxes to keep all of these things running. We don't have to pay taxes towards a rapist, a criminal, thieves. We do not have to pay money. to foul, disgusting people, disgusting organizations, disgusting control system, disgusting. And just because the slaves believe that their master, whichever master they happen to choose, whether it be a religious master or a royal master, whichever master they choose, or just a government called democracy, it's all horseshit. You're being lied to, you are a slave. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed this morning. I just feel a little frustrated. I thought I'd throw that out there. I feel a little frustrated. And we are all, the next generation of children are being educated, inculcated, indoctrinated right here in these little prison boxes. These tiny little shoe boxes that are meant to be homes. Oh look, this is gonna lighten my mood. There's a fruit here. Oh, I don't know if it is a fruit. It is a fruit, but it's gone skanky. Look. It's really soft. Yeah, it's breaking open. What is that? Ah. Do you know what that is? It looks like a... I've got to try that. Interesting. Like a type of guava. Anyway, you don't want to see me eating my breakfast? Pebbles, we're going this way. Heel. Pebbles, the car is here. We're just come to get the car. Heel. Okay, guys. No, that's me. I'm gonna sign off. Look, we're all slaves. I'm not picking on anyone. Just do something about it. Find a way to reduce your slavery, your exposure to this slave system, and your families. It's going to take us a long time to fix this up. Oh, and for those who've been wanting to see my new truck, this is it. I spent quite a lot of money on it yesterday, getting some minor repairs fixed. The garage charges £96 an hour for their slaves to fix my slave mobile. And here comes a slave in his mask. So the guy who sold it to me said there's a little problem with the CV joint, outer CV joint, shouldn't cost you more than 50, 60 bucks, something like that. So I take it to the garage. They're like, no, it's the inner CV joint, and you've got to replace the whole drive shaft to the left wheel. Unfortunately, that's going to cost you 300 bucks. No, unfortunately, they're like, and it'll cost you 300 bucks. So, okay, I bite that bullet, and we go driving. We pick it up yesterday morning, and I drive out of the garage. I drive out of the garage and take the first left turn, and I go, shit, it's still not right. We had to do this drive down to Devon and then to Luke. So 7 hours of driving, where every time my steering wheel ever so slightly clinks to the left, and if I am to do it, say at 70, 80 miles an hour on the motorway, sort of harder left around a left, then it's the dashboard is juddering. So you have to ask yourself, like, what level of incompetence gets to charge £96 an hour for their labor? This is the world we live in, isn't it? You know, everyone's so greedy, and they're so, in this garage is in such a hurry to see so many people, so many clients, so many cars, that they obviously didn't do any due diligence and say, okay, let's test it. Because when I took it in, I said, hey, this car's got this really strong noise here. I think it's the CV joint. The guy who sold it to me says CV joint. All right, let's have a look. Yes, it's the CV joint. So you fix the CV, you order the CV joint, I fix it, they fix it, and then they don't bother to test that that's solved the problem. They let me discover that. And now at my own inconvenience and expense, I'm going to have to find another. I'm venting. It's that kind of a day. Anyway, I have to move this vehicle, because if I don't, then my slave account will be charged with 50 or 60 pounds, or at least they'll put a little yellow slip on my car and say, you shouldn't have been here after 8 a.m. Don't you read signs? Anyway. Something positive to end off with. Well, it's a lovely sunny morning. It was great to see Jason and the Disbury family. He has himself incurred some significant costs with regard to the camper van. The clutch went, I think, on the final day of their COVID tour. So if anyone has a few shekels to spare for our friend Jason of the Disbury, get in touch with him. Bung him a little bit of something for the repairs on that van. Alright, gotta go.